There's a Five Nights at Freddy's fan game that nobody's talked about, or even played. Not even the biggest FNAF YouTubers have played it, and it's unfortunately lost to time. The name of this fan game is Revenge In Gralbert. It was released on September 4th, 2015, and created by Lucas Games 477, who's best known for Revenge In Gralbert. The game received many updates, stopping at 1.2.5. Despite how many updates it got, few got their hands on an actual copy of the fan game before it was seemingly pulled from GameJolt out of nowhere. No versions of the game have been archived aside from a tweet and a few YouTube videos. The tweet was where the game first resurfaced on November 4th, 2023, nearly 10 years after it first released. These tweets were posted by @JesterSlumber. The tweet showcases Gralbert's full 3D model in a single picture, alongside 3 other pictures of the minigame segments. We have a high-quality look at Gralbert's minigame sprite, a screenshot of a minigame featuring Gralbert and an unnamed child, Gralbert saying to the child, "He locked you in the skill room, didn't he?" with a freakishly long neck. We have a screenshot of another minigame featuring the same child in horror as Gralbert is holding what appears to be a corpse beside some sort of animatronic suit, taking clear inspiration from Golden Freddy. The reason I say Gralbert is holding a corpse is because of the blood everywhere. Perhaps Gralbert is taking this victim and stuffing it into the nearby suit. But the creepiest screenshot in this tweet is the first one, showing Gralbert's 3D model outside of a minigame with the text, "I am going to attack you," the word attack glowing in red. Before we get to the YouTube videos, it should be mentioned that JesterSlumber posted a reply to their tweet showing that the user @BealDBLQ found Gralbert's full model, so here it is. He's quite creepy looking. So there's a few YouTube videos uploaded by different creators that we should talk about, archiving bits and pieces of gameplay and music from Revenge in Gralbert. Uploaded by Gartensunner is the Skill Room theme on November 10th, 2023, only 6 days after the original tweet about the game. The Skill Room theme is creepy. It consists of low-pitched sounds and wails, most likely used as ambience for the minigame featuring the Skill Room. And uploaded by Lynn is the first found footage of actual Revenge in Gralbert's gameplay. Here we can see the main menu, featuring many different buttons. New Game, Continue, alongside Custom Night, Extras, which are all normal for Five Nights at Freddy's fan games. It should be noted that this button doesn't actually say Night E despite how it looks. This is because of the video's low quality. In reality it says Night 6. This is confirmed by a higher quality screenshot of the title screen. Upon pressing New Game, there's no night screen at the beginning, but we already know that this is Night 1. We can see the time in the top right corner in large text.
Phone Guy introduces himself as Jebediah Pinkerton, and we can see a large hallway in front of us, the exact same way in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Despite this, there is no desk in front of us. We are also able to look to the right of us and shine our light into a doorway. We can't see anything beyond another wall and many shadows, but it's definitely possible to see an animatronic bear at the door. We learned that this location is called Gralbert's Pizza, and that the skill room is no longer available for us to see on the camera map, and that if the animatronics try to kill us, we should shut the door.
You may have noticed that the skill room is no longer on the map. If any police come by, please do not tell them about the skill room. If the animatronics try and kill you, try and close the door as soon as possible.
Before the video cuts off, we can see Gralbert appear at the door to the right. It's unknown how we would shut the door and protect ourselves. Browsing Lynn's channel, we can find another found footage video of Gralbert's gameplay. This video is titled Golden Gralbert Easter Egg, giving us a name for the suit we saw in the minigame screenshot on Twitter. We now know that Golden Gralbert can be seen as early as Night 1. As the phone call is the exact same as the previous video, shining our flashlight into the hallway, we now see Gralbert standing in the distance. The player keeps turning their light on and off until eventually the lights in the office flicker and Gralbert approaches the player. It is unknown how we would defend ourselves in this situation, as there's no door buttons or mask in sight. Golden Gralbert then briefly appears behind Gralbert before fading away. Twitter user Oral Rose Red posted a screenshot of the Pinkerton death game, featuring an individual whose name in the files was Lucifer Red. This is most likely talking about the weird man to the right. It's unknown whether this was part of the actual Gralbert's game or was made as some modern day hoax. This is all we have of Revenge in Gralbert, a few screenshots, and 2 gameplay videos. Why Lucas Games 477 removed Revenge in Gralbert from GameJolt is a mystery, one that we may never be able to solve. People all over Twitter started drawing fan art of Gralbert, an attempt to bring him and his Fangame's legacy back.
Despite having such little info about Gralberts, a wiki was created which does answer a few more of our questions. We can take a look at the phone guy page, which confirms that Jebediah is not only the phone guy, but also the owner of Gralbert's Pizza, which, for whatever reason, it's listed as Gralbert's Funland. We don't know which is actually the name of the location, but we can assume that Lucas Games alternated between the names, or maybe the gameplay footage we saw was of an earlier version, and at some point the name was changed in the 1.2.5 update. The other question that this answers is that the Pinkerton death game exists as a part of Revenge in Gralbert and isn't just a hoax. Jebediah's sprite, alongside the page for Red Guy, are both high-quality rips of their sprites from this image. And viewing the Red Guy page, we can see he was also a part of the game with the alias Lucifer Red. So yeah, none of that was a hoax. But I'm not sure who the Shadow Man is, or why he appears in this image titled Unnamed Minigame next to Gralbert. Back when the game was still out, fans apparently speculated that the Shadow Man was a reference to Lucas Games' father, giving him the nickname Shadow Dad. We also now know that the name of the child who appears in the minigames is Green Shirt Kid. Now moving on to audio, we can hear each phone call in their entirety. We can hear what the title screen sounds like in version 1.2.5, alongside an alternate theme used in older versions. If any of these songs come from a different game, let me know in the comments section. And for the sake of keeping this video short, I'll only play the parts of each phone calls that are most interesting.
I should have told you before that the animatronics like to move. This is because they don't want the servos locking up. There's another animatronic here that I didn't tell you about. His name is Red Raubert. Listen, he's a bit of a more unstable model. If you see him in the side door, you have to close it as quickly as possible, otherwise he'll be able to enter your office. We're under a bit of a watch now from the police. It turns out that there was the body of a child in the skill room. Listen, if anything seems out of ordinary, please make sure to keep the robots safe. I'm glad I recorded this from the skill room, because it's probably the safest part of the restaurant. Listen, Gralbert has been acting really strange recently. I saw something golden out of the corner of my eye earlier. Oh no, it's here.
And here's the Night 6 phone call, and after that, I swear, that'll be all the night phone calls.
If you are hearing this pre-recorded tape, that means that I have met my untimely end. He is sending the animatronics after you tonight. They will be especially aggressive.
There's also a jump scare sound, which I'll play now. Loud sound warning for anyone with sensitive ears. For whatever reason, there's no footage or screenshots of any jump scares during gameplay, which is unfortunate. And that's the end of the line for Gralbert, unfortunately. Lost to the sands of time is the full game in its previous versions, and we may never end up getting any more answers, as the hype for Gralbert died down alongside the original tweets resurfacing Gralbert's existence. Nothing's been posted since 2023, so all hope for Gralbert may be lost. But there's actually a crazy turn to this story. What if I told you that Revenge in Gralbert's never existed? From the efforts to archive the game, to screenshots of the minigames and footage of gameplay, it was all entirely fabricated. Wait, it wasn't made by me. It was instead made by Jester Slumber and their group of friends. Yep, everyone in this video was actually friends with Jester Slumber, the original poster, and it was all one big elaborate hoax, convincing people by using their nostalgia of old FNAF Fangames to make them believe there was some obscure fangame named Revenge in Gralbert that came out in 2015. Despite the fact that it never existed, I do have to commend the people behind this hoax. Sure, it's not the most impressive thing, but had I gone into this without any context, I totally would have believed it actually existed. I wonder if this video was able to fool you, too. And that's the full story of Revenge in Gralbert, the Five Nights at Freddy's fan game that you never played. Hopefully, someday, somebody will take inspiration from this hoax and create a fully playable Gralbert game. Only time will tell. Thank you all for watching, and special thanks to Hazel.xml for voicing a good portion of this video. I'll see you all next time.